Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be teaching you a really easy method that I use to learn how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. If you don't know what this is yet, it is just the normal original Rubik's Cube that originally came out. But yeah, let's just get right into the tutorial. Alrighty, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to make the white cross. So first what you want to do is you want to find the white center, so here, and then you want to hold it on the top. Then what you want to do is you want to solve the white cross, so these four pieces right here. And what that means is just so it kind of, looks like what you'd think a cross looks like. So the first thing that you want to do is find a white piece on the bottom layer. So for example, this one right here. And then what you want to do is you want to move it on the bottom until it corresponds to this centerpiece. So this white piece for the cross is white and red, so this has to go underneath the red centerpiece. Now normally what you'd want to do is once you have it aligned, then you just want to turn the front like this so that the cross, that one piece of the cross will be solved. But if you have a case like this where the cross piece is flipped, so it is in the right spot but the two colors are flipped, then you want to put it to the side like this, and then you just want to turn the top of the cross, and then you can just move this piece up and undo that front turn, so you can see that this white and red cross piece is now in the right spot with the red centerpiece and it is not flipped anymore. But if you don't have a case like this, so for example we have a white we have a white cross piece right here. Remember, we are focusing on these pieces right here, so like this, we're focusing on these edge pieces. These pieces are called edge pieces. This is the center, and these four are corners. So we're focusing on edge pieces right now. So here, if you find another one here, so this is a white edge piece. It has white and green. It's already correspond to the green center. So like if I moved it here, this would be wrong. So I'll move it to the green, and then I'll just move it up like this. So now another piece of the cross is solved. So then we'll just do this again. We have here a white piece right here, white and blue. It's corresponding to the blue centerpiece. So then we can just move it up like so. So that solves another piece of the white cross. And now finally we have another flipped piece like in the last case. So what you want to do is you want to hold it on your right side like this, and then you want to turn the top of the cube once this way, so that once with your left pointer finger, and then you want to turn the right side up with your right hand and just turn the top back the other way. So now you do that for all four white edge pieces, and then that solves the white cross. And before you just solve all of these white pieces randomly, you want to make sure that the white cross is solved by checking that all of these colors are matched up. So yes, they are matched up. So that is how to do the first step of solving the white cross. Alrighty, so the next step in solving the cube is to solve the white side, which is also solving the white corners. So a corner is this, this, and this. So we're solving all the white corners to solve the white side, if that makes sense. But before we get into this, these are just important moves that you'll need to be doing for this step to insert to put these corners in the right spots. So what you want to do for these moves that's important, here's one of them. So one of the moves is you turn the right side up, turn the top to the left with your right hand, turn the right side down, and turn the top back with your left hand. So just keep repeating this, right side up, top with your right hand, right side down, top with your left hand. Just keep repeating this until you get comfortable with it, so you can do it fast like this. So that's one of the moves you'll have to learn. So let's move on to the second one. So the second one is really similar, except it's just kind of opposite. It's with your left hand. So you're going to turn the left side up. You're going to turn the top with your left hand like this. You're going to turn the left side down, and you're going to turn the top back the other way with your right hand. So it's basically the exact same thing, but just opposite. So like the other moves were up, right side up, top with your right hand, right side down, top with your left hand. But this time it's left side up, top with your left hand, left side down, top with your right hand. So just keep repeating this until you get used to it. But trust me, it is easy to get used to. It won't take you a long time to do that. You'll just need to know this for this step. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to look for a corner on the top, so any of these, that has white on it. So we can start with anyone, so say this one right here, and then you want to look at the other colors that are on this corner. So obviously we have white, but then the other colors on this corner are green and red. And then what you want to do is you want to just move the top until this corner is in between the other two colors. So this corner is white, green, and red. The other two colors are green and red. So we had to put it between the green centerpiece and the red centerpiece. So once you have it in between like this, then what you want to do is hold it on the right side. This is what's more comfortable for me. I hold this corner on the right side, and then I do these 4 moves that I just taught. The right side up, topped with your right hand, right side down, top with my left hand. And I'm just going to keep repeating this until this corner solves itself. So top, right side up, top of my right hand, right side down, top of my left hand. So it still hasn't solved itself. Let me do it again. Up, my right hand, down, my left hand. So now you see, if you just repeat that, the corner will eventually solve itself. So you're just going to do this for all of the white corners. So now let's find another one like this one. So this white corner, you see white, and the other colors are orange and blue. So if we look, this is in between the blue centerpiece and the red centerpiece. So this is not in the right spot. So we're just going to move it along the top. And now we see the other colors are orange and blue. It's now in between the orange centerpiece and the blue centerpiece. So now what you can do here is just insert it the same way as doing those 4 moves. And then you can see that corner has now inserted itself like that. And then we'll move on to this last corner right here. So there's white, orange, and green. So it's between the green centerpiece and red centerpiece. So this is not in the right spot. So we'll just move the top until it's in between the orange and green centerpieces. So orange centerpiece, green centerpiece, and then we'll do those 4 moves again. And then that solves that corner. And the way to know that if you solve the white side is not only if the white side is solved, but check to make sure that all of the colors match up like this, and that has shown you that you have just solved the first layer of the Rubik's Cube. So here's some other cases that you might run into. So you might run into a case where one of the corners you're trying to put in is already in the bottom, but it's not facing the right way. So then what you want to do here is just take it out using those 4 moves that I just taught. So right side up, top of my right hand, right side down, top of your left hand. So that takes out the corner, so then you can put it in between the correct centerpieces and then insert as normal. Just like that. Alright, now the next step is to solve the second layer, or this whole layer right here, the one in the middle. So now what you want to do when you're solving the second layer is look for an edge piece on the top. So remember, these pieces in the middle, not these. These 4 pieces on the edge here are corner pieces. You want to look for these 4 pieces like this. So you want to find one of these edge pieces that's on the top, which I also should have mentioned. Once you finish making the white cross, you want to turn the whole cube over. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. I probably did mention it though in post-production. But yeah, you want to look for an edge piece on the top, so one of these 4 pieces, and you want to look for an edge piece here that doesn't have yellow on it. So for example, this one right here, this has orange and blue on it, so it doesn't have yellow on it. So then what you want to do is you want to find the color that's facing you. So the color that's facing me right now is blue, and then you want to line it up with that centerpiece. So this is not in the right spot because blue and orange, so I'll move it to the top. So I'll move the top once, and now it's matched up blue and blue. So now what you want to do is, this is the part where most people get stuck on because it is a little bit confusing. But the next thing you want to do is you're going to eventually move this edge piece away from both colors. So what that means is the 2 colors on here are orange and blue, and the centerpieces here are orange center, blue center. So if I say move it away, I don't mean this. If I moved it this way, this edge piece is moving away from the blue centerpiece, but it's not moving away from the orange centerpiece, so that would be incorrect. So in this case, I would move the top like this. So now this edge piece is away from the blue centerpiece and the orange centerpiece. That's the easiest way that I can explain it in my own words. So there's 2 possible cases for this. So this case that I have here is where you're moving it away to the right, like that. So if you have this case, then what you want to do is you want to do those 4 moves I taught you, but left-handed. So left side up, top this way if you're left hand, left side down, top back if you're right hand. So that you do those 4 moves left-handed if you're moving the edge piece away to the right first, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to take this corner that you unsolved and put it on your front right. This is only for this case, by the way. So put on your front right, and then do the 4 moves right-handed. So right side up, top with your right hand, right side down, top with your left hand. And then you can see that this edge piece, the orange and blue, is now in the right spot for part of the second layer. Now that may have sounded a little bit confusing, but you'll eventually get it. It just takes a little bit of practice. So let's do another one. So let's say this edge piece right here has red and blue here. So this is not in the right spot because the color that's facing me, this does not match for the center. So I just turn it once, and now this matches blue and blue. Now this time, remember I said, you're going to move this edge piece away from both colors. So moving it this way would be incorrect because the red and red. So we're going to move it to the left this time like that. So it moves away from blue, blue, red, red. So now if this case is, if you move it to the left like that, now you're going to do those 4 moves that I taught, but with your right-handed version. So right side up, top with your right hand, right side down, top with your left hand. And now, once this corner is unsolved like that, put it on your front left. This is for this case only, by the way. So put it on your front left. And now you're going to turn, now you're going to do those 4 moves left-handed. So left side up, top with your left hand, left side down, top with your right hand. And then that solves this edge piece here. So it's basically, it's pretty simple to remember once you get the hang of it. It's just a little bit of a memorization for the moves that you have to do, but it's pretty straightforward. We have this final edge right here, which is red and green. So I'll move it to the green centerpiece. So it matches up like that. And this time I'm going to move the edge away, so to the right. So it moves away from green and red. And then I'll do the left-handed 4 moves this time. I'll take this unsolved corner now, unsolved white corner, put it on my right side, and do the right-handed 4 moves. And then you can check your middle layer, and then that is how you solve the second layer. Okay, so for this other case, say you have an edge piece here that is like not supposed to be there. Then all you want to do is just find that other edge piece and move it to where the spot it needs to go, and then just insert it like normal, just like this. But there's also another case where you know, maybe an edge piece is flipped and you can't find another correct one to put in here. So then all you would do is just take any one of these edges and just replace it, and then just insert it as normal. Alrighty, so now the next step, once you've solved the first 2 layers, is to solve the top cross. So you're making a yellow cross here. So a line here and a line here. Now there's a lot of possible cases here, but they're all really simple, and I'll show them right now. Okay, so the first case here is if you have a dot or the centerpiece, but it's easier to remember if you say you have a dot here. Then what you want to do is you just want to turn the, you can do this from anywhere, just turn the front, whatever front of the cube is, so like this part is the front. You want to turn the front once clockwise, and then you just want to do, those 4 moves right-handed, so like this. And then you want to undo this front move like that. So then you'll get another case which will help you solve the top cross. So then this other case is if you started with an L shape like this. So see the little L shape here. So if you have an L shape, or when you do the dot, it will get you an L shape. But no matter what, if you have an L shape now, you want to hold it on your top left. So like this. So this is on my top left. And then you want to do the same thing again. So now turn this front once clockwise, and then do those 4 moves right-handed, and then undo that front move. So now you'll have the last case, which is a line here, which you could have started with a line in the beginning, but so now if you have a line here, then what you want to do is make sure you're not holding it vertically like this, make sure you're holding it horizontally like this. Then do the same thing, just turn the front once clockwise, and then do those 4 moves right-handed, and then undo that front move. And now you have this top cross right here, this top cross. And if you already had the cross to begin with, then that's great. You can just skip this step. Alrighty, now the next step is to match up all of the cross colors. So like these edges, edge, 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 edge for the cross. We're matching up all these colors to see, like, obviously orange and red doesn't match. So we're just trying to get all of these colors to match. So the first thing that you want to do is just turn the cube until you have at least 2 colors that are matching. So one is matching, not matching, not matching, and not matching. So this is not the way to go. So I'll just turn it one more time. And now you can see we have this color matching, orange and orange, and green and green. So what you want to do here is, once you have at least 2, you'll either have, there's 2 possible cases. You'll either have 2 colors matching like this, or you'll have all 4 matching. If all 4 are matching, you can skip this step. But if you have 2 like this, you want to hold one so that it's in the back. So like this one is in the back, and then the other one on your right side like this. If the 2 that are solved are across from each other, then do this from anywhere. Well, then do this so one solved color is on your right and one is on your left like this. So for this case where you have the 2 colors solved, hold one on the right, hold one in the back, and then what you want to do is this set of moves. It's kind of similar to the 4 moves I taught. It's a little bit different though. So you're going to turn the right side up, the top of your right hand. You're going to turn the right side down, and then you're just going to keep moving this pair here all the way so that it's over here. So once it's over here like that, then you're just going to turn the right side up again, and then just move all of this back in like that, and put the right side down. So now you should be able to turn the cube once, the top of the cube once, and all the colors should be matching now. Alright, but here's an example for the other case where 2 colors are solved but they're across from each other. So you'll just hold them so one is on your right side and one is on your left side. And then what you're going to do is just do those moves that I just talked about before. So right side up, top of your right hand, the right side down, move this pair all the way to the end here, put the right side back up, and just put all this back in like that in one motion. But now you're going to turn the top once like this, so one color matches like this, and then you're just going to do those set of moves again. So right side up, top of your right hand, right side down, move this pair all the way here, and then put it all back, and now all the colors should be matching. Alright, so now the next step after you solve this top cross and the cross colors is to solve, is to match all of these corners here. So all 4 of these corners, so you're going to match all of them up. So there's a few cases here, but they're pretty simple. So the first case is that all 4 corners, even if they don't look solved, like this yellow corner looks solved, you're just looking for you're looking at the other 2 colors kind of like for the white corners and seeing if the corners are in the right spots. But you don't want to move the cube like this so that they're all in the right spot, because that'll mess up these cross colors. So just keep it like this, but look for one that has the 2 colors matching. So this one does, so orange, orange, blue, blue. So this one is in the right spot. So these are a few cases that you can have. You can either have one that's solved like this, so like me. So if you have one that's solved like this, just follow what I'm about to say. Or you could either have none that are solved, or all 4 are solved. If all 4 are, well, I shouldn't say solved. If all 4 corners are in the right spot, like with the colors, then you can skip this step. If no corners are correct, then you can do this set of moves from anywhere, and then I'll teach it to you after that. But for this first case where one corner solves, the orange and blue, you want to hold it on your front right, so like this. So like this wouldn't be right, this is your front right. And then what you want to do, this is maybe a little bit more confusing at first, but it will be easy to understand. So you want to turn the top of your right hand like this, the right side up, the top of your left hand like this, the left side up, and then it's going to be the exact same thing, except it's going to be all downwards now. So top of your right hand, right side down, top of your left hand, left side down. So then you might not be able to tell, but that ignore that all this side just got solved like that. That was just completely random. Now that should have moved the corners. You might not be able to tell, but it did move the corners. So obviously we can still check. This one is still solved, so keep it on your front right. Maybe keep your finger on it like this. But you can see that none of the other corners are in their right spots yet. So you can just keep doing those moves until all the corners are in the right spots. So top of your right hand, right side up, top of your left hand, left side up, and then the same thing but all downwards. So top with your right hand, right side down, top with your left hand, left side down. And now you can see that all the corners are in the right spots, even if they don't look solved. So orange, green, red, green, red, green, red, blue, and obviously orange, blue, orange, blue. So now once you have this, you're done with this step. But if you had none of the corners solved, you could do those moves from anywhere, and then find one that is in the right spot, and then hold in your front right and do what I just did. Alright, now for the final step, which is very exciting, is just to solve the whole cube. So then once you have the whole cross made on the top, all the colors are matching, and all the corners are in the right spots, you want to turn the cube upside down, so the yellow side is on the bottom. And then what you want to do is you want to look for one of the corners that isn't solved. So I guess we can just start with this one, for example. This one is not solved yet. So then you're going to look for it, and you're going to hold it on your bottom right like this. It's on your bottom right. And then this is super simple. All you're going to do is just do those 4 moves that I taught you in the beginning of the video. So those 4 moves are the right-handed version. So you're going to do those 4 moves until this corner solves itself. So still not solved, still not solved, still not solved. And now this corner is solved. Don't get all crazy that you unsolved part of the white side. This is all meant to be. And now once that corner is solved, you're ready to move on to the next corner. But what you want to do is when you're going on to the next corner, you want to turn the bottom like this. So the next corner is in the same spot you did those 4 moves. So like, if you rotated the whole cube and like, okay, I'm going to solve this next corner like that, you'll literally mess up the whole cube. So you just want to turn the bottom layer like that, so the next corner is in the right spot, and just do those 4 moves until this corner solves itself. So now that one is solved, so we'll move on to the next one, which is the last one. And then that's it. But yeah, that is it for how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you all who have not solved a Rubik's Cube yet, and hopefully share this video with your friends and family if this helped you learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube so they can learn how to solve it as well. I will also be putting a link to the cube that I use for speed solving, so I can go super fast and get times, like super fast times like for a speed cube. I will leave the link to this GaN cube in the description of this video if you want to buy it for yourself. I don't think it's that much money. I honestly don't remember how much I spent for it, but this cube, the way it turns, is way better than this one. This is why for this tutorial I was using my best 3x3 that I have. But yeah, that's going to be it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Later, and peace.